Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at three different thumb releases. These are three that I really like for a few different reasons, and so we're going to talk through a Carter, a Stan, and Ultraview. So there are a ton of release options. I'm sure you guys know. I'm going to narrow it down to three that I think are worth taking a look at. This is a broad overview, kind of like the site video we did. The goal is to kind of help filter down to look at a few different options as you look at a thumb release. So let's start off with the Carter Wise Choice. In my opinion, this is a staple in the thumb release market. I prefer a three finger on all of these releases. The Carter, what I like about it first is the price. It's not too ridiculously expensive. They have a great warranty as well. I've heard you can send it into Carter, they'll clean it for you, and so they're just a good overall company. The Wise Choice, I like that it comes with this barrel, with this knurling. This is the size that I prefer. You can swap it out, but overall, it's a great feeling release, very crisp, and it has a decent amount of adjustment. It definitely doesn't have the most adjustment of these three, but it's a good staple. There's a lot of these out there, so you can typically find them used at a good price. And overall, I would just say the Carter is a staple. If you have no idea where to start, this is a good release. I've been shooting this for the last 2 years, and I really like the Carter overall. Next up is the Ultraview UV thumb. So I did a specific review on this release, and so this is actually the stainless version. Right off the bat, Ultraview is more expensive than the Carter. That being said, they offer an aluminum or stainless option. I do like the heavier stainless on the Ultraview. There is a lot of adjustability on the Ultraview, from the thumb button to the travel to the tension, and they do a great job of showing you how to adjust it. So the Ultraview, to me, a lot of adjustability. It's also very quiet. The way that they have machined this inside, they made it very quiet. So a good solid release. I was surprised when I first shot this that some of my groups downrange were the best that I had seen in a while. And it might have just been a good day shooting, but I think it has something to say about the Ultraview. So overall, good release. It is pricey, but a good amount of adjustability on this release. Next up is the Stan Onyx. So there is the Stan Onyx Original or the Clicker. This is actually the Clicker. I'm just having fun trying it out, but I want to highlight just the platform of the Onyx. This is a really unique release. It's cheaper than the Ultraview, a little more than the Carter, but they give you a 3 or 4 finger option in the package, as well as a large or smaller thumb barrel. So Stan was definitely thinking about those guys that like to customize it, not pay extra once they buy the thumb release. So I really like that about Stan, that they include all of that together. Also, the Stan trigger, it is just insanely crisp. Overall, I really like shooting this. It just feels crisp to me, well built. It's very adjustable as well. Stan also had the adjustability in mind with this release. From a package standpoint, getting the 3, the 4 finger, the 2 different barrels, the adjustability, the Stan is going to be hard to beat. So that is a quick overview of these three. From a price standpoint, Carter's the cheapest. The Ultraview is going to be the most expensive. Now, from a cost to feature standpoint, I think the Stan is going to give you the most features for the cost. And so whether you go with the Clicker or not, the Onyx platform is going to give you that. They have multiple sizes as well, so lots of customization that you can do with the Stan Onyx. As far as overall just feel, how it feels in the hand, I do think that the Ultraview feels the best to me. They talk about how they have looked at many different hands to get an overall fit that is good for the general population, and I mean, they nailed it. it feels amazing in the hand. It sounds weird, but it does. To me, that's not a make or break on a release. As like the Carter, it doesn't feel as good to me in the hand. I can still shoot the Carter as well as the Ultraview from what I've seen overall, but I would say feel does go to the Ultraview. Now, a unique feature that I want to highlight on the Carter is how this is enclosed here on this loop. So when I first got the Ultraview, I was shooting and I'll typically hold it in my finger while I grab an arrow. I dropped this thing so many times. I love that the Carter has this, so after you shoot, I can just hold it here on my finger, can grab things. So I really like that about the Carter. The wise choice is this closed, I guess you call it a loop on the release. Something to think about. It's a small thing, kind of like the feel for me, but I found that I actually do really like that is for carrying. And so that's a great feature on the Carter. Now, as far as sound, the Ultraview is definitely the quietest. Overall, the stand is pretty quiet too. The Carter is by far the loudest. It's probably like twice as loud, I would say. But I don't think your release is gonna be what trips up a deer, so to speak. Could be wrong, but if you wanna know, the Ultraview is definitely the quietest, then the stand, then the Carter. As far as other features go, the Ultraview does have this loop that you can add like a lanyard on. The Carter does come with that loop, and that's nice if you don't mind it on your wrist that you can use. The stand does not. Typically with the thumb, I'm gonna carry it in my bino harness on the side. And so if you've got like a marsupial on the side pocket, these fit right in on your harness. So that's what I would suggest. So the reason why I think that these are all worth looking at is I think these cover a lot of your bases in the thumb release market. So in summary, if you're saying I want a tried and true, more affordable, good release, maybe a good used market for those, probably gonna direct you towards the wise choice. You can always get your money pretty much back if you want to sell it. It has been proven, it's a staple, and it's hard to beat the wise choice. If you said, hey, I really value adjustability, I really value a release that I can adjust, fit to me, maybe cost is not quite as much of a restraint, then I'd probably direct you towards the stand or the Ultraview. Out of these two personally, I would choose the stand. Now, I love the Ultraview. I've shot some of my best groups with the Ultraview, but I just like that the stand comes in a little bit more affordable, and they give you the thumb barrel, the 3 and the 4 finger. You can do a clicker version or not. And I just think that it's got a lot going for it. I felt like the crispness of both of these was about equal. I don't really know how to measure that. Honestly, all of these are very crisp. They're great triggers. These are premium releases in all, but from an overall package deal, from kind of what I would resonate with the most, it would be the stand. But you definitely want to take your release, tune the bow to that release. That's a very important factor here. And that's why when these companies like Ultraview, you've got the hinge too that you can shoot, that should be very similar to the thumb. Look for things like that. If you want to shoot a hinge, get a thumb that's going to match that. Or get 2 thumbs that are going to be matching the point of impacts. That way you're not driving yourself crazy understanding why is my impact change. You really can't take multiple of these and just shoot different ones to have the same impact downrange. It's going to be similar at closer ranges, but if you want that true accuracy downrange, you want those to be the same. So again, the goal here was to give you a broad summary, kind of what I like about all of these releases, try to just narrow it down a little bit. Would love to hear what you guys are trying. I'm really excited too. This is a new project for me that I'm working on. And so I'm gonna be choosing one of these to kind of tune to this bow for the releases. So we'll have a lot more coming on that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.